Hello everyone, this is Cliff. Welcome back to our Let's Play of Dark Souls, the Prepare to Die edition. Now we are finally here at the very last video. We're right outside of the Kiln of the First Flame. Now we're going to change up some things because despite the fact that Gwyn does use a lot of, his sword is imbued with fire damage, he is very susceptible to pyromancy. So we're gonna tinker around with a few things. Gwyn is actually a fairly easy boss, I hate to say that, to beat. Almost all of his attacks are parryable. Now we won't be doing that in the beginning. We're going to screw around a little bit with some pyromancies and see if we can just make life miserable for him. I've got the, I'm going to put that Dragon Crest ring on so my pyromancies have a little bit more punch. Obviously I'm wearing the Mask of the Child, which will increase stamina regen. Now this area is actually pretty cool. You can actually see knights crossing across. Nice. You can actually see knights crossing across this area, and that's kind of a cool effect, but it doesn't seem to work as well as it did on the Xbox. It actually kind of feels a little sluggish there. So what do we got? We've got the Hornet Ring, which allows us to do a lot more damage with our riposts, and in this area we have 5 knights, which are great for farming if you want various shards, which I've done a lot of. Well, I won't say a lot, but I've done a little bit of farming with the Covetous Gold Serpent Ring, and I've managed to rack up quite a few items, and like I say, you get a chunk for every guy you kill, so pretty awesome. There are 2 straight sword-wielding knights. That first guy that's dead, and there's one a little bit further along. He gives you just a regular Tight Knight chunk. This guy up here wields a great sword, and he gives you a fire one. So we're just going to roll around him, stab him. Now, really, depending on what kind of way you want to fight Gwyn will determine your equipment, but I would highly recommend your highest damage output weapon, because you're gonna I use parry riposte because actually with Gwyn that's really the easiest way to kill him. I'm just gonna screw around with some pyromancies initially just to kind of show you a different way you can actually attack this guy. So we're going to roll off here, and actually right before you get onto this platform, there is at times a vanguard enemy off to the left. Now that's one of those things that killed me, and wow, right before the Taurus demon fight. So just watch this guy. There's nothing special about him except for the fact that you're fighting him on a very narrow platform. And I almost committed suicide along with him. If you look at that body across on the platform over there, that has a Black Knight set, which is heavier than the Silver Knight set that I'm wearing, but it also has a little bit more protection. Now off to the left right here would be a summon sign for Solaire if I was human, because we saved him at the Lost Izalith shortcut. So we've taken care of 3 of the 5 knights. This guy has an axe. Again, there's a hole off to the right here, so just be careful that you don't get pushed off into there. But these knights are fairly easy. Their weapons do a lot of damage. They are capable of killing you, but they're really susceptible to backstab. So, I mean, that guy basically just begs you to backstab him with the way his weapons work. And I got a ton of items in very few runs of these guys. So again, spear wielding guy, he will hold a blue chunk, and that jumping attack it looks like it would be more dangerous than it actually is, but again, very susceptible to backstabs. Alright, so we've taken care of all the minor enemies. Now we've got a Dragon Crest shield because he does do fire damage. At this point, what we're gonna do is dodge. We're gonna play a dodging game at first. Now this is why you need the stamina. And I messed around with this guy a little bit, and you can parry that if you roll right through it. There's nothing. Now what we're gonna do is, you have to watch that. That has surprisingly long range. And low-lying objects like that, this pillar or this junk on the ground that I'm rotating around, will still get you killed. As you can see, he does a lot of stamina damage, and if you stand in front of him, he can really screw you up. But what we're going to do is play a little dodgeball around this pillar, and as you can see, one of those attacks did 875 damage. So pyromancy is definitely a viable option. Now I get grabbed on that because I tried to be cute. You do have to watch that. If you're kind of a melee fighter, you can use the flame protection ring. Watch out when you're trying to use an Estus Flask. He will use his best attack very quickly. So we're just going to play around behind this pillar again, and he can hit you through that. Just be careful. But we want to goad him into doing. I don't know what I was doing there. I just coded that. And he actually took damage. He actually ran into that pillar, so he took some splash damage from that. But fire damage just gashes this guy. That one he got lucky on. I'm going to be cute again and use this. And I actually don't think this hit him. I don't think any of that hit him. So I got kind of stupid at that point, but we're going to start doing the more, I guess, the standard way of fighting this boss at this point. So we're going to grab our souls and just wait for him. My best time to grab him is when he does this 2-hit combo right there. You can parry, riposte pretty easily. If you need to heal up, you have to be pretty quick about it. But 1, 2, and that's it for him. I think one more hit and he's pretty much done. So I'm going to two-hand and just get behind him and take him out. So Gwyn is not exactly the most challenging boss of all time, especially for a final boss. Okay, so now at this point, 2 different endings. And no matter what you've done up until this point, you control the endings right now. None of the other story really matters. And I tried to put on that. I tried to cheat souls him, but that didn't work. So 2 different endings, like I said. One, if you light this last bonfire, you get the Kingseeker Framped ending. Where basically you kind of take over Gwyn's place and things stay status quo. Not necessarily sure that's the good ending. I don't think Dark Souls has a quote-unquote good ending. Basically, if you walk right out of where the fog gate was, you do the Dark Lord ending, where flames are extinguished and the world is plunged into darkness. But considering how things are right now, that may not necessarily be much of a difference. So because I did the Kingseeker Framped light the bonfire ending on my Xbox, on most of my Xbox playthroughs, we're just going to do the Dark Lord ending. And the one thing I really regret is not having the snickering top hat on when this cutscene plays. That was kind of a failure on my part. But this is a cool cutscene nonetheless. Little upskirt action there.
Let true dark be cast upon the world. Our Lord returnest.
Okay, so you basically unlock the Dark quote-unquote Dark Lord ending. You'll get an achievement for that. You'll get an achievement for the other ending as well. So now you get to see who made this awesome game, and you get some very loud music. So at this point in the game, you're basically going to start. It will start right up with New Game Plus, which basically takes you back to the Northern Undead Asylum, and a few of the quest specific items will be gone, like the Abyss Walking Ring will be gone, so you'll have to kill Sif again. And enemies will all have more hit points, do a little bit more damage, and at this point, this is usually kind of, you may be able to get away with using pyromancy for one more playthrough, but eventually your pyromancy, because of the scaling and because of the way the items work, that will actually kind of be less of a factor. But anyway, this has been Dark Souls, and I don't know, I'm going to start playing Dark Souls 2. I've been through that a little bit, but certainly not enough to really. I beat one boss, that's basically it. So we'll be playing Dark Souls 2, hopefully doing a video of that at some time. And I've been playing through Thief, but I'm not a huge fan of the new Thief, so I don't know if I plan on doing a video of that, but I just really don't know right now. So we will see what's up. We may can do some old school stuff like Demon Souls or what's that, Kingsfield. I actually have a couple of the Kingsfield games, so I may end up doing that. But this has been Cliff. I hope everybody enjoys it. I'm going to let the credits roll out, and I will see you next time. Take care.